Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is forever due, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad and raised from among the black man and woman in America the exalted Christ, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank them both for the light-giving Son, the Jesus in our midst, the honorable minister, Louis Farrakhan. I greet you in the words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Beloved, this Friday, October 2nd, 2020, we complete the letter of Introduction to Study Guide 18, Rising Above Emotion into the Thinking of God. In the opening paragraph, which we read last week, the minister shared his specific reason for preparing this study guide for us, which is to increase our chances of success in handling this subject matter properly and passing the test that the nation of Islam failed in the past. Please notice, he said the test that the nation of Islam failed. This is why the course entitled Self-Improvement, the Basis for Community Development, is so critical to our salvation. At the end of the day, the refusal of the individual to make the effort to examine, analyze, and correct self, the refusal of individuals to obey the mandate from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to take this course. When enough members of a community refuse to develop, the community is doomed. As we move through this very heavy 2-page letter, please stay focused. The plane has not even taken off the runway yet, and we are going to encounter some turbulence going through this study. The minister has written in the second paragraph of his letter the devastating effect of the domestic life of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is at the root of the fall of his family and the fall of the nation of Islam. Let's pay careful attention to that, beloved, since the minister also has directed us to analyze every word of study in this guide. Let's parse this sentence. The devastating effect of the domestic life of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is at the root of the fall of his family and the fall of the nation. An effect is something produced by an action or cause. What was this effect? The effect was an overwhelming pain, not physical pain, emotional pain. The root of something is its source or its origin. It may not be the proximate cause or event which was nearest to the actual fall. Remember, he writes, the domestic life of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad led to a devastating effect. And the domestic life is at the root of the fall. It may not be the proximate cause or event which was nearest to the actual fall in 1975. And we will go more into that as we move through this study. Let's look at paragraphs 3, 4, and 5 of the minister's March 29th, 1991 letter. In a situation like this, it was natural for his family and the followers to focus on the pain of Sister Clara Muhammad and ourselves. However, we allowed ourselves to succumb to the pain of the moment, a pain so overwhelming that it would not permit us to ask the question, why did Allah God order his servant to enter this aspect, parenthesis, wives, of his domestic life? If we had succeeded in moving beyond emotion, we would have been able to get up into the mind of Allah God, where we would see the domestic life of Muhammad as Allah God sees it, and ultimately judge it as Allah God judges it. Then we could move on to higher ground. Our focus on pain and the resulting failure to question Allah caused us to question the servant. It caused us to forget all the good the servant brought into our lives. Thus, we threw the servant away as unworthy and cast aside the body of knowledge revealed to him as the means of our salvation. Remember, the domestic life of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is central to this study guide, but the subject of this study guide is not the domestic life. The subject is emotion. And I will read very briefly paragraph 1 of page 2 of his letter. The improper handling of emotion does not allow us to grow beyond self. It makes our reasoning subjective and clouds our judgment of individuals, circumstances, and events. It makes us judge individuals, circumstances, and events by how we are affected personally. Thus, we never see the bigger picture. Improper handling of emotion makes us judge selfishly. So, beloved, we don't know what specific event or situation we will be hit with that will comprise the great test today. And I close the reading with this. Our great test today, he writes, will be whether we can rise above emotion to begin to think and act more like Allah God. We are in his classroom. What kind of test has he devised to see if we are ready to think and act on a higher level? It is written in the Holy Quran, see they not that they are tried once or twice in every year, yet they repent not, nor do they mind. So what we just went over briefly from this very heavy letter are just a few excerpts. And I'm only giving you my perspective. I am one person. I'm just sharing my little perspective. You are required, beloved, to delve as deeply as your mind will allow you to delve into this study. Do not let your mind wander beyond what our teacher is giving us. Stay focused. The future of our nation is at stake. May Allah bless us with love and the light of understanding. Enjoy one another in the discussion. Assalamu alaikum.